Live? We're live.
Do whatever you want, Tony. It's your
I went
show.
live, David.
It's your show. You do what you want. I'm
It's
just
your
here to help.
show. You started it all.
I'm just
This
here
is
to
the
help.
Disney Crush live stream. This is
Hello,
Dave
everybody.
and Tony Ann. We are going to talk about beating the heat tonight. How do you stay cool in the hot Florida sun? We were there this weekend and it is starting to get a little balmy. What do you think, Dave? Was it hot for you?
It was hot, but you know what? The good thing about this past weekend was that it was there was a lot of cloud cover,
Yeah.
and that is can help. Believe it or not.
Unfortunately, we were here. No, I can't point to the place we were at. We were here.
You were over there, yeah.
And
we were there,
yeah,
right here, yeah.
And there is very little shade at Epcot right now. Apparently, it's coming. All of the artist renderings of the renovations at Epcot show a lot of greenery and trees, but who knows? That might be 2027 by the time we see those trees. So right now, Epcot is very gray and concrete and metal, but we did. I can't point ride that. So
I know it's confusing when you're on this live stuff. Which way you point? I know.
Watch where you point.
Watch where you're pointing, man. Watch that finger of yours. Yeah.
So there's not a lot of cover at Epcot, but we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about places to seek shelter from the heat and ways to beat the heat. And Dave has his favorite methods, and I've got some ideas too. So let us start with our little intro. Give some time for some people to join.
Sounds good.
That intro was actually full of hot people. They're all hot.
They were hot.
They were hot. I did at the end there see something that reminded me of news that came out today, because Disney, in true Disney fashion, released news on Tuesday when we record our podcast on Monday. Festival of Lion King is coming back in its original form, Tumble Monkeys and Aerialists, on July 16th. So Travis is going to have to make a special trip to be there at the inaugural show on July 16th.
Yeah. Okay, Facebook user. It is hot, and we will drop some goods on Guardians of the Galaxy, but we did drop some of that on our podcast, which will be out tomorrow. So stay tuned for that, and we'll talk a little bit about that. No spoilers, really, but you get to hear what we thought about it.
I don't think you can spoil
all
that,
I will say is it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's absolutely amazing, guys. Hey, Judy, what's up? Deidre, what's up? Kiddo, Samantha. Oh, miss you already too, friend. Jeff Opolka. He got sick on the ride.
On Guardians.
On Guardians, yeah. Rebecca. Oh, my twin. My twin is gone. She's not me, and I'm not her anymore.
Hopefully we got it worked out. So I messaged Scott this morning and I said, is it okay if I share this picture as a cautionary tale, how to go to Disney and not be Scott? Because Scott had this capture your moment session. They were all excited about it. And all of his pictures, he's sweating. Poor guy.
Hey, it gets hot in Florida, man.
Yeah, it really does. And don't be this girl either, eating lobster bisque on a trash can when it's 90 degrees out.
That's good, Scott. You know, you're such a troll, man. You're such a troll.
It goes up and dark.
You're such a troll.
But it's true. I mean, I don't know how you can give the spoilers.
I'm working on it, Samantha. Now that we're done, I'm gonna be a big boy and get my own my Disney experience. Yep, I will be. I've decided to move out of the house and become
60
friends.
degrees in Ohio.
Wow, I wish we had that here. It was hot here today. Still hot.
Yeah. Very cool. So I have my fan, which is one of the ways that you see people at Disney with these fans on. This is the one I actually have on. And they run anywhere from $12 to $25, depending on the features you want. This one's kind of neat. I didn't charge it since last summer, but it still has some charge, and you can see it has lights. See it the lights change. And so that's kind of cool. But the thing about these fans I find is that if it's hot, it just kind of moves the hot air around your face.
Yeah. But it helps a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. And it's good when you walk into an air-conditioned building. Like I remember last summer, we walked into the Mexico Pavilion and I turned it on. Hey, Noah. I turned it on when we went inside the air conditioning, and it really cooled me off fast because it sucked up all the cool air and blew it in my face. So that may be the best approach.
Nothing like getting hot air blown in your face.
Now I feel bad saying this because Noah's watching, but I also was known to put it down my shirt from time to time and blow the cold air down my shirt.
Well,
Noah's watching though, but I won't say that.
I think I'm going to go to the other side and become a wearing skirts. I'm just going to say that.
Actually, that was here, Dave. So because we talked about this this week on the Friends of the Disney Crush, that I said when I went to Dapper Day, it was hot, but every once in a while I'd feel a nice breeze come up my skirt. So for our June trip, I went out and I bought a bunch of sundresses with bike shorts to wear under it for modesty. And you said, well, then I should wear a skirt too. So I went looking for kilts for you. Do you know how much kilts go for? They're expensive. I saw a guy with
one on this weekend. Yeah.
They're expensive.
I'll be right back, Tony.
Okay.
5 minutes. Or not 5 minutes.
No, you're fine.
30 seconds.
Yeah. Kilts are like $100. And my dress was like $25. So that's not fair. So I don't know. Yeah. Christina agrees about the fans. They're great when you're in the AC, but not so much outside. Yeah. It just kind of blows the hot air around, but they're good for a little while. Scott saw at least 10 guys wearing kilts this weekend. I think they may be onto something. Maybe you and Dave need to get matching kilts. Oh, Dave's back.
You're still talking about the kilts?
You and Scott apparently are getting matching kilts. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about kilts.
It's okay.
They may be cooler, but to me they seem like they're hotter because
they're heavy.
They're made out of. Yes.
They're made out of heavy fabric. They are.
Right.
They're not made out of this gauzy, light cotton. They're almost made out of seatbelts. I don't know. Dickies. Work pants.
Yeah.
You told me a secret this weekend though, Dave. I think Dave dropped his microphone.
I did. I'm good. I'm back.
You told me about the bucket hat this weekend and why I'm a fool for not wearing one.
Okay. Well, here's the thing.
Oh, okay. I got to take the picture down because
the bucket hat, although some people not wear them because they're too vain to wear these things. It's like having an umbrella over your head.
Mhm.
And I would encourage everybody to get a bucket hat, walk through the park about, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes, and then get you a bucket hat and put it on and walk through the park. And I guarantee you're going to be cooler. And I know this because I work outside and I
Right.
wear long sleeve shirts, and
Right.
people say, aren't you hot? And I'm like, no, I'm actually cooler. It's the worst thing you can ever do is get a sunburn, go to the pool, get a sunburn, and then go in the parks, because you're going to be 100
Hot.
times hotter after that sunburn and
Mhm.
that sun hits you. So I encourage everybody use sunblock.
You should be using sunblock every day, no matter where you
Yeah.
live, honestly. But
Mhm.
people don't believe that.
And I also, when I was doing pools, I also used these hats right here. They have the
Oh yeah,
neck thing behind. I mean,
right.
so you
You're
can,
like in the French Foreign Legion.
yeah. And it really protects that neck, especially, for us older guys, we want to protect that leather neck, when you get older. Yeah, see, they're actually cooler. I mean, believe it or not.
Yeah, I believe it.
And let's do everybody a favor. Every single one of you out there, every single one, and I'm talking to you.
You're not talking to me.
This is your friend. This is your friend. This is your friend. Okay, let's get that out.
Oh, David.
Okay.
We were pretty hot that day. This was our first trip to Food and Wine this past year, so I think it was in August. We were pretty hot. Dress. What did that say about the dress and skirt with bike shorts? Is the way
She
to
said it's
go.
the way to
She
go.
started that a year ago and won't go back. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, we're going to try it in June. Thank you. The guys in kilts were a bunch.
Scott, you don't know until that breeze hits that
The undercarriage.
yeah, the alien swirling saucer.
Have you tried these little jobs, the fans with the water mist?
No, but
It's a lot to carry around the water, and I don't know. I've had them in the past, but Disney used to sell them. They'd have them with the ice in the bucket, and they'd make good money on them. Christina's buying you a kilt, Dave.
I'm all about a kilt. I'm telling you, I just don't want that heavy fabric. I want one that kind of, I'll wear bike shorts underneath it, but I want that breeze,
Yeah, you don't want this like, yeah, that's like really heavy.
Yeah. The guy that I saw in Epcot, it seemed like the fabric was really, thick and not comfortable, and I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't know. I guess if that breeze blows up there, you're all good. Whoa.
How do you feel about these things? These towels?
Yeah, I've tried them, and to me they don't work that great, because unless you have a bucket of cold water that you want to carry around with you all the time, or you got a bottle of water that it's cold water that you can keep pouring on it, because once you put it on your neck, within 5 minutes it's hot. And
it's right. It's body temperature.
You do have a just throw some water on your face. Just take the water bottle and throw some water in your face.
Yeah.
Same.
I actually have been known to take a washcloth from the room and get ice from the ice machine and put it in a baggie, in a Ziploc bag, and put that in my bag. And then it melts during the day. And then I have a ice cold washcloth, and I'll wipe Michael's face with it. So, I think that works better than this. So.
What's up, Holly? Rub it in. Yeah. Love the bucket hats, Jeff. I'm all about them. It's basically like having an umbrella over your head. I keep saying that.
How do you feel? How dorky do you think this looks? Having an actual umbrella over your head.
Okay, it may look dorky, but I guarantee you that guy right there is cool. And I mean, not cool like fat, but he's cooler.
He's a cool dude. He looks like a cool dude. Cool. He looks like the guy I dated in college, actually.
Okay. Well, whatever.
But but I got that guy's picture off Amazon. But then I saw this woman. They try to make her look. She's so delighted in her geeky, dorky umbrella hat.
Yeah, I love that.
I only took that picture because Hey, Noah. Okay, we have to watch the Austin's Adventures number 6.
Number
They
6.
have a video on Kalahari. Jeff just
See?
ordered a new bucket hat. You see, Dave?
I know bucket hats. I'm telling you, they're. Yeah, I wear my hat like that backwards all the time. I've been doing it for 30 years. I don't know, whatever. But when it's really hot out, the sun's beating down, if I just flip it around, it makes a huge difference. You can see how my face just got darker because my toupee. Wait, hang on, my toupee almost came off.
Your toupee almost came off.
Hang on.
No, that came off this weekend on Guardians of the Galaxy.
I know. No, that's really my own hair. Okay, but anyway. Yeah, but see the difference? Yeah, it makes a difference that if you just turn it around. So you can imagine having a bucket hat. It's the way to go. Oh, yep, Scott, pointy hats for the win. You got it.
Absolutely. All right. I was looking for a picture, but I can't find it. I thought I had
bucket hats are great unless you're bald and it creates a factor. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. Then it's just going to be this. You got to keep wiping that head off. Right there.
I don't know where that picture is. I had a picture of Michael I wanted to share, but oh well, we'll move on. So we like to what I wanted to do tonight was go like park by park and talk about some different ways to beat the heat in each park, some places to go. So I'm going to start with Magic Kingdom. Do you have a favorite place to go in Magic Kingdom to get out of the sun for a while, Dave?
Yeah, I head straight for the monorail and head straight back to my resort and get in the pool.
Well, that's an option, and that's something that I was going to talk about tonight too, is the pools that Disney has a lot of great pools at their hotels, and even if you're not staying on Disney property, yeah, that is a great option. Take a midday break and go swimming. I remember one year though, we were staying at Fort Wilderness. And the pool was like a bathtub. It wasn't even cold. So we'd have to jump in the hot tub and get really hot and then go in the pool to make it feel like the pool was colder than it was.
Yeah, that's the thing about midsummer here.
Well, not with my husband knows how to keep a pool cold. He runs a fountain at night. So the cold night air hits the water and circulates it, and then your pool is cool during the day. I don't know why Disney doesn't do that. Because they're not as smart as Rich.
They should. Right.
They're not as smart as Rich.
Mm-mm.
But if you couldn't go back to your hotel, where would you go in Magic Kingdom to get into the air conditioning? Maybe.
Well, I'd say there's a lot of lounges, but there's no lounges there really.
No.
Many places. But, anywhere there's shade, anywhere you can get into air conditioning. But you're going to have to sacrifice a little bit of uncomfortableness if you want to ride the rides, because it's just the way it is in the heat of the summer. Yeah. So, we've said this before. We've talked about this in many of our previous podcasts or shows. Go early, get out of the parks around mid-afternoon, and then head back to depending on what time the parks close, get back and get another 2 or 3 hours in a park towards the evening.
Yeah.
And anywhere there's shade. I mean, when you say, well, how do you get cool in the parks? Well, really, you just got to go in some of the shops. You got to take a break, take in some of the shows that they put on.
Right. So like I would go to Hall of Presidents because that's long and boring, and it's air conditioned.
Yeah, if you want to nap too, right? Exactly.
Absolutely. Judy says, start in the Emporium and walk all the way to Casey's, all in AC. Absolutely, Judy. That's a pro tip. That's also how you get down the street around the crowds. Mm-hmm. Jeff says the same thing. The Main Street store is long and cool.
Mm-hmm. And also, believe it or not, a lot of times we'll head to the People Mover. And
yeah, because it's a good breeze.
Outside,
you pick up a breeze.
Yeah, even though it's outside, you still get a nice little breeze, and it's a lot of shade in there. And it's comfortable. You get to relax a little bit. Take time to relax and take it easy for a little bit.
This is a pro tip from Dan Austin. The back room of Tortuga Tavern has wonderful air conditioning and is not too far from Aloha Isle. Good. Another long show is Carousel of Progress. Maybe you could do like Uncle Orville and get a fan and a big block of ice and cool off.
Yeah, because in the middle of summer, or really starting about now, Memorial Weekend this time, all the way into October, it's literally like sitting on the face of the sun. Absolutely.
We have a trip coming up in June with some family that are not big Disney fans, and we have built in some afternoon breaks. And I know we're beating a dead horse with this because we talk about it every week almost now, but we made a reservation at Skipper Canteen to get in some air conditioning midday. That's Mr. Kessler. That's Jeff's dad. Who looks adorable. There are the butterflies that nobody can decide whether they're Lillian's collection or not Lillian's collection in the background there. But he looks nice and cool, and he's got a drink with ice in it.
Right. And that may or may not be Uncle Dave's water right there. We don't know yet.
I don't know. And you could get cachapas. I don't know.
Yeah.
Glenn. The good looks must have skipped a generation. I'm only kidding.
Wow.
No, his father's handsome. That was a joke. I'm kidding. Jeff's handsome too. All right. Magic Kingdom. So we're going to Tambu Lounge. Let's go to Tambu Lounge, Dave.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Okay.
You can't beat the lounges.
Yeah.
Because,
if you're at Magic Kingdom, that's where I would go. Actually, some of the lounges open at 4, but some of the lounges are open all day. Steakhouse 71 Lounge opens at 11:30, and Tambu Lounge opens early too. But Tambu Lounge doesn't serve food until 4 o'clock. So there's that. There's Tambu Lounge. I couldn't find my picture. But even if it's not serving food, just going in to getting on the monorail and getting off at one of the deluxe resorts and just hanging out, because all of them have comfortable chairs and couches where you can soak up some AC, catch up on an email, have a cool drink, and get out of the sun.
Yeah. And the monorail is cool, but sometimes the air conditioning in those things aren't the best. So that's kind of
the monorail. And Karen and Scott took the monorail this Saturday back, and they said it was like hot.
Yeah. And you know what? We took the Skyliner, and I noticed, I didn't complain because I was so happy I was finally on the Skyliner. It's been a long time. Yeah. But I noticed that it was pretty hot in that Skyliner.
Yeah. You know, we all had reservations when the Skyliner was being built that it was going to be like a toaster. And we've been saying, you know, you get a breeze up here. You really do get a breeze up here. But we weren't getting so much of a breeze when it was 95 degrees. The breeze wasn't that much of a reprieve from the heat.
No, when it's hot, it's just hot. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. So I'm going to hop over to Epcot and talk about a great place to get cooled off or to warm up in the winter, Dave. Where did you warm up on that cold day in February? The American Experience, the American Adventure. You could just go into the Rotunda, maybe catch Voices of Liberty because they're back in there. There's also museum displays. I think right now they still have the jazz display. Or you could go see the show, which is about a half an hour show, and just get out of the heat.
Mm-hmm.
And take a nap too, Dave, right?
Well, I don't know that I took a nap, but you know, hey, if you can.
I know where the Austins go to beat the heat in Epcot.
Where?
They go to the Living Seas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good place.
Yeah. So Dan is absolutely right. If you're at Magic Kingdom, take the boat, which if you sit outside in the boat, it might be nice, and then go to Geyser Point and that's undercover, and they have ceiling fans, and that's a good place to take a break. And it is open for lunch because I've been there for lunch. So, and you don't need a reservation.
Right.
You can lose yourself in the living seas for a long time. These are also good places to duck out of thunderstorms. So, and the land pavilion too. The land pavilion is huge and air conditioned, and not a lot of people go to that Awesome Planet show, but you can if you don't want to go outside. Ride Living with the Land, ride Soarin', sit down at Sunshine Seasons and have something to drink or a snack, and take a load off out of the heat for a while. So, if you're at Epcot, I'm trying to think where else you could go. Oh,
you can go to the Mexican Pavilion and have a margarita.
That's what we did. That's what we did this weekend. To get out of the heat, we just went to the Mexican Pavilion and rode Three Caballeros. And great news about Three Caballeros: there's no more mouse maze that you have to go through. All of the plexiglass is down. So that was nice. Snorkeling in the reverse waterfall fountain is nice and cool. You could do it once briefly.
There's always one in the crowd. Right?
I love Chris. He's my favorite. No, I'm sorry. Travis is my favorite. Chris is my second favorite. DVC. Well, yes, Samantha. Now that you're Miss Highfalutin Grand Floridian owner, you can go to the DVC lounge and you could take your best friends. That is a good place to get out of the heat, though.
Yeah.
The lounge is over at like Abracadabra and Martha's Vineyard. Those don't open until 4:00. I think the Ale and Compass Lounge is open a little bit earlier. And I've been talking about this. Just go sit in the lobby of the Dolphin and nobody will bother you. Nobody will say boo to you if you hang out in there. What is he talking about? Okay. If you're and then what we talked about this past week was making like a lunch reservation at Epcot to get out of the heat. Just because make your big meal midday so you can get out of the heat. Go eat someplace inside midday, and maybe think about getting a quick dinner at night when it's not as hot. Get out of the heat. We also did where did we go on Saturday? Spice Road Table, right? I'm trying to find a picture I had.
Yeah, Spice Road Table. That was a good reprieve from the heat.
Absolutely.
Got some good drinks, some food.
They have really good mint iced tea. I can't find my picture. Meal. That's not it.
I find Epcot to be rather hot. There's not a lot of shade there. You really have to find it. Try to and duck into some places. It's
but
just
there's a lot of big pavilions that you could spend a long time in, and shops like if you go into the Japan shop for a little while. I lost my picture of Spice Road Table, but trust me, it is a nice place to go and get cooled off. I just lost the picture. I don't know what I did with it.
Yes, so. Regal Eagle has a big indoor spot.
Yes, it does. That's true. And you don't need reservations to go to Regal Eagle, so that's a good thing.
And you can always go watch Hanson if you wanted to and cool off there. Maybe it's undercover.
If you're there in October, you
can. At the,
Oh, that's what he's mad at. No, Mike is you're Mike's favorite. You know what other park stinks for the heat? Hollywood Studios. It's awful. Hollywood Studios is awful.
Yeah,
it's my least favorite on a hot day, especially Andy. Really? I don't like Andy. He built that backyard. He didn't steal any of Mom's sheets to put up any kind of awning. He should have stolen some of Mom's sheets or tablecloths. I don't like Andy.
That one through.
No, he really didn't think that one through.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to find shade.
Yeah, that's my order. It pretty much is Epcot is the worst to me. Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, and then of course Animal Kingdom is the best as far as
you're concerned.
As far as I'm concerned. I know people are like, oh no, it's Animal Kingdom hot. Animal Kingdom's so hot because it's in a bowl. No, it's not. There's so much shade there.
So I've heard,
no, it stops all the breeze.
I've heard some unsubstantiated rumors that you can still go inside the launch bay and get some air. Oh, look, and there's Dave in a bucket hat at the launch bay. Mm-hmm. But I've heard that you can still go in there. I know they have a Visa photo opportunity there. So you can still go inside there and there's still some air. Another place.
Go back to that picture. Go back to that picture. If you don't know about that picture, if you see the stormtrooper here, that he's telling me to get out because he looked at my magic band and I had personalized it, if you will, and I said, well, it's like a leopard, it's a tiger because it's Animal Kingdom is my favorite park, and he said, get out, because I was
yeah, but you know what, Dave? We have to have a moment of silence to that magic band, don't we?
Yeah. After all those years, it's been like I've had it for 6 or 7 years. It finally fell apart this last trip. Yeah. So it is now gone.
There it is.
I'll make another one. Yep.
Moment of silence for Dave's custom-made, handcrafted magic band. The gray came apart where to make it a kitty band, it pulled off.
Yeah, well,
you can't fit it on your little petite wrist without the gray part.
It's okay. I'll just get another one.
Okay.
It's time for me to move on, become a big boy now, and get my own.
And get your own, yeah. So another place you can go inside is the Walt Disney Presents Theater, the Walt Disney Presents area. Walt's One Man Dream is in there. You can walk through there, soak up some air. You know, it's really funny. I mean, it's really interesting for people like me that love Disney history, and it's very interesting to me. But I went on Disney's website to find a picture of it, and they show this picture of this kid being so fascinated in there. And I know that there's no kids that are fascinated in there. Well, not that age anyway. Because whenever I took my kids through there, they were like, come on, Mom, I want to go. But you can go right now and you can meet Sully in there. Like Mandy did.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. She was on the Star Cruiser that day. She didn't take her mission very seriously because I saw a couple pictures in Batu, and then I saw her at the bar near Slinky Dog, and then I saw this picture of her with Sully. So I don't think she was taking her mission very seriously. Very good. Yes, you can get. Isn't that snow, Deirdre? What do you mean soap bubbles? It snows on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Frozen Sing-Along is a good place to go. It is. Used to be the Great Movie Ride was a great place to go, but not so much anymore.
That is true.
Oh, she did do all the missions? Okay. So she was done, and she went to the bar, and she went to meet Sully. Florida snow.
Yeah.
Trying to find, I had, so unfortunately the lounges at Hollywood Studios are outside for the most part, except for the Tune-In Lounge, which is really tiny. You could just kind of sit at the bar because it's the waiting area for 50's Primetime Cafe. So I don't know, lounge wise at Hollywood. Again, I'd go to the Dolphin Lobby. There's just not a lot of places to get out of the sun at Hollywood. I mean, you can make a reservation. Again, we talked about getting midday reservations. Mama Melrose, which is kind of Olive Garden level Italian food. 50's Primetime, which I was very unhappy with the last time I went. So, and the Brown Derby took the burger off the menu. So there's that.
Yeah, that was very not good. That was not good at all.
I'll tell you where
Very
it's dark and cool is the Sci-Fi Dine-In, but it's really hard to get a reservation there. And we weren't crazy about that meal either. So, but I'll tell you what, I would go for quick service inside at ABC Commissary. We've had some really good meals there. So.
Oh, so my daughter is going to Animal Kingdom next Wednesday.
Nice.
So.
Very nice.
We'll see what happens there.
Anna.
And she knows that how cool it can be. She's with me. She knows it's cool.
That's awesome.
See, she knows where to go. My daughter knows where to go.
Absolutely.
Where to go, Bree.
So you want to
So it's my Kirsten's birthday. So they're gonna.
Oh, nice! Happy
great
birthday,
day at Animal
Kirsten.
Kingdom.
The one thing you can do at Hollywood, you have to make a reservation. Get a little at 45 minutes. You can get 45 minutes in the cool, and that's go to Oga's Cantina. That'll get you in the cool for 45 minutes. They do give you a limit, 2 drinks, 45 minutes. You want to know what's fun about that picture? Bubba and I have the same exact phone case. Oh, Dave disappeared on me. Bubba and I have the same phone case. See? Lost Dave. There he is.
I got really hot and I had to take a break. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Here, I have a fan for you. Yeah, you can take it from me.
No, you're on your own, honey. This is This is called.
Oh boy, she's a teenager. Oh
yeah.
boy.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yep.
So make your midday Oga's Cantina. If you're there at closing, you could stay longer than 45 minutes. All right, cool. But it shouldn't be too hot at closing, hopefully.
Right.
Want to go to your favorite park, Animal Kingdom?
No, it's too hot there. It's Animal Kingdom hot. I don't want to go
It's
there.
Animal Kingdom hot. It's in a bowl.
Mm-hmm. So everybody
All
says.
the tree, all the foliage makes it hotter. That's what people say about Animal Kingdom. I don't really understand that, but okay. I would go to the Affection section, Rafiki Planet Watch. You can get in some cool air there. You can go to the animation class. That takes up a little bit of time. You can go Tough to Be a It's Tough to Be a Bug. That's a good thing to do. I'm trying to think of what else I would do there. Nope, that's the Tambu Lounge. You can go to the Restaurantosaurus Lounge, where my friends, what's their names? Rachel and Amanda. They like the drinks at the Restaurantosaurus Lounge.
Better known
or
as
you can go
Explorers,
to the Nomad Lounge
Squad.
with this crazy girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's the Restaurantosaurus girls.
No,
I like
the
those
Explorers.
ears.
That's the Wilderness Explorers right there.
Those are the Wilderness Explorers.
Yeah, the Princess Squad.
And you can make a midday reservation, or if you have a Landry Select card, you could just walk in to Yak and Yeti and get some air. And a pink Himalayan, which is my personal favorite drink at Disney.
Mine too.
So, what is that a picture of? Oh, that's a picture of San Angel Inn.
Wrong park.
Yeah.
You can always go underneath the Tree of Life. There's a nice little path underneath there, and a lot of little places to hang out, a lot of shade, a lot of places to relax, some nice little waterfalls, some beautiful areas in the Gorilla Falls area.
Mm-hmm. There are places to get the Lion King show, unless you're Travis, who says it's really hot in there. And hopefully the Nemo show will be back soon. So, yes, your Festival of Lion King. Travis and I, it really was hot the day when we came. I don't know if they had the heat on in February in that building, but it was hot in that building. We were also rushing to get there because we were late, and everybody expected me to bring Travis to the show. And so we were rushing from Flight of Passage. So that might have been why it was hot. So it was hot. He was like, why is it so stinking hot in this place? If you want to get out of Animal Kingdom, you can just hop a bus to Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village. Sanaa Lounge is open all day. Our friend Rebecca spent a whole day in here working, but it is open. You don't need a reservation, and you can go in and have a drink or order off the Sanaa menu or just have an appetizer, bread service or something. So that's also an option to get out of the heat on your Animal Kingdom day.
So many places in Animal Kingdom to get out of the heat. It really is. I just, safari. I mean, so many places just to chill, relax.
Or you could go to the Food and Wine Festival and order some beer cheese soup and a pretzel roll.
Ooh.
Like this gal. Hang out in Jambo House lobby and go to Victoria Falls Lounge. Yep. The problem I'm running into, Deirdre, is I'm finding some of these lounges don't open till 4. So I don't know what time Victoria Falls Lounge opens. Some of them open midday, but most of them don't open till 4. I'm gonna look it up right now. Talk to the people, Dave, while I look it up.
What? Because are we still in Animal Kingdom?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's all kind of things you can do in Animal Kingdom. I mean, there's literally shade everywhere you walk, and that's what it's all about in Animal Kingdom. So
yeah, Victoria Falls
shade
is until 5.
Out to 5. Finding shade in Animal Kingdom is not hard, and especially if it rains. We found that if you're in Epcot or these other parks and it rains, you really have to kind of like run to find some place to get out from underneath the rain. But Animal Kingdom, there's so many trees. A lot of times you can just duck underneath the tree, which we've done many, many times. And
how do you feel about water rides to cool off?
I'm okay with them. Yeah, they're okay.
Because I know
it helps a little bit, but it's short-lived.
It's temporary. Though. It's short-lived, but there was one time I was there with Veronica. It was September. It was very hot. We went on Cali River Rapids. We got soaked, and then we went to Yak and Yeti where the air conditioning was cranking, and it made us really cold. But it was good because then it stayed with us for the rest of the afternoon. We were kind of cooled off. So it was, I don't know. I think it's if you get wet and then you go into air conditioning, I'm sure that goes against everything my mother ever taught me. But it did keep us cool. So I don't know. My father was always big on getting wet in the sun, going on Splash Mountain, going on Cali River Rapid type rides. Shopping. Veronica says shop. Dave Youngward says shopping.
No, that's not me. That's my wife trolling me right there. She's trolling.
That's how you know it's Veronica with the V.
Yeah. It's time to grow up, honey, and get your own Facebook account, honey. Go for it. I'm gonna get.
She'll get her on Facebook when you get your own My Disney Experience account.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she likes to shop in those cool. You walk by those shops. Those.
Oh yeah, the air conditioning is cranking in there.
You could just hang out right in the interest of all those and just get a nice little breeze there too if you get hot, just for a few minutes to cool off. True.
Nice.
True. Yep.
Three Bridges is nice. Mm-hmm. We have to get over there. Can sit along the river in the shade as you walk from Africa to Asia.
Mm-hmm.
There actually is a lot of shade in Animal Kingdom. A lot better than Epcot and Hollywood. At least Epcot has places to go in. Like I said, you can go into Living Seas. You can go into the land. You can go into the different pavilions like Mexico or Japan. At Hollywood, it's just, there's really not that many places to go.
Mm-hmm.
So just stores, I guess, and restaurants and shows.
Mm-hmm. And, something that we always do too is if you've had enough of the parks or you're feeling like it's time to relax a little bit, you can also just kind of start resort hopping and cool off a little bit and go to some of the resorts and find something to eat, relax a little bit, and then get back to the parks a little later if you don't want to go to the pool.
Yeah. A lot of the resorts have, quick services, and you don't have to have a full meal. You can go and get, a soft drink or not a soft drink. You can get an alcoholic drink. You can get a snack. Maybe the kids want a cookie or something. You can get a snack for the kids. And just take a load off for a little while. Charge your phone, check your emails, and recover from the heat and the craziness of the parks. The lucky thing about summer is the parks are usually open a little bit later. So if you take a break midday, you still have more time in the parks later that night. So,
yeah.
Dave, that's about it, I guess, unless our listeners have anything else to say about keeping cool. But
all you cool cats.
Cool cats and kittens.
You know it. Yeah, it's, the thing about the heat is it's I don't know. Sometimes it is hard to cool off,
Yeah.
So
by all means, stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah.
And a lot of times what we do, I know you can't always do it if you're coming from, you're flying in or whatever, but if you have the opportunity to freeze water bottles, we do that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of helps too. If you can freeze them and take them in a backpack or something, and then you can just, I put them around my neck or my face and just kind of cool off with that water bottle. And it lasts several hours until it melts. And then you got a nice cold bottle of water to drink.
That Dave's had his sweaty neck all over. Yeah.
Oh, hey, whatever. It's my bottle of water and I'll do with it as I please.
I saw you doing something interesting. She stays north from May through October. Well, that's smart. See, Dave, we should do that. We should become snowbirds.
Mm-hmm.
Filler Magic. Yep. That's what you got to do. You got to go to Filler Magic.
And Jeff Opolka is staying the
obvious.
The obvious. Yeah.
The thing about the heat is it's hot. Yep. I saw you doing something interesting with your water bottle the other day.
Yeah. Tell me about it. What'd I do?
I saw you putting a little liquid IV in your water bottle.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got
but I don't think it was all water.
No. It was water and maybe a little, whatever. Samantha, I got that from
another
Samantha.
Clear liquid and liquid IV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think
electrolytes.
That's how it's meant to be used, but okay.
No, it worked great. Thank you, Samantha, for that. So now that's a new thing I'm going to do now.
Do you like the liquid IV? Have you had it before, or you just got it because Samantha gave you that one?
I really haven't, but I tried it and I think it helped maybe a little bit. Maybe it's just mental, but
okay. Scott Days bought an awesome cooler backpack this weekend to keep his water cold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No. Right. Oh, that's how the liquid IV is meant to be used.
Yeah. Water plus liquid IV because he's an athlete. That's right.
Well,
I'm old.
Guys, the thing we want you guys, Deirdre likes it. The thing we want you guys to remember is just to, take breaks. Don't, if you feel yourself getting overheated, please get into some air conditioning, drink water. If you stop sweating, that is when you're in trouble. You need to get some fluids in you. You need to keep drinking throughout the day when you're at Disney. So
and don't drink when you get really, really thirsty. When you start getting really thirsty, drink before you get
drink
really
throughout
thirsty,
the day.
Because even if you're not that thirsty, just keep drinking water.
And your children, think about your kids. Get they're even if they're in the stroller, give them something to drink, even if they don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
They got to.
And
drink.
what I do too is if I wear these hats a lot of times, even the bucket hat, if I get really, really overheated, I'll take my water bottle and just pour. This doesn't turn out really good because the green screen, but because it's a lime green. But I'll take my hat and I'll pour water on it, and then I'll throw it on my head, and just that coolness, it lasts for a good little while. Kind of like the towels in a way, but it helps a little bit because it's on your head because that's where the heat is going. One
thing I want to say about this particular day at Epcot, I think this was September. It was really hot this day. We saw somebody go down with the heat. We saw the Reedy Creek guys with the stretcher. And when we went to get this soup, there was a booth, a kiosk across from us, a food and wine kiosk. And as people walked by, the cast member was saying, "Is everybody staying hydrated? Is everybody keeping cool? Everybody stay hydrated." And she had water in her hand and she would hand it out. And when I went to get, actually, I didn't get that soup. You got the soup. I went to get the macaroni and cheese. I ordered the macaroni and cheese and they gave me a bottle of Dasani. They said, "Here, we want everybody to stay hydrated." They just gave me a free bottle of water because they didn't want people passing out that day. That's what makes Disney Disney. You can't expect that, but
Yeah.
they'd
Doesn't
rather
happen all the time.
they'd
Yeah.
rather give away water that costs them nothing than have people passing out left and right.
Yeah.
So
We were at Magic Kingdom with my daughter Brianna, who's going to Disney soon,
mhm.
and we were waiting for a parade, and a cast member walked up and was standing next to my daughter, and she said, "Boy, it's so hot out here today." And he goes, "Yeah, it really is hot." He goes, "Do you have any water?" And she's like, "No." And he goes, "Well, how many's in your party?" And that was his mistake because there was like 12 of us.
Oh gosh. Oh, Dave froze up. And then he gave them water. That's the end of the story. Oh, I don't know if Dave's back or not. Nope, we lost him. Well, guys, I think that's probably a good place to stop it. Unless you have any other comments, I'm going to check the comments quick because that's usually Dave's job. Cups of water from the quick service, you can get those for free. Absolutely. We did that on Sunday at Guardians. I went out where the guy was selling the popcorn. Anywhere there's fountain beverages, you can get free water from the fountain beverages. Scott said, if you feel thirsty, it's too late. Yes, and while they're paying for it. All right, guys. Looks like Dave has lost his signal, so I am going to call it a night. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and we will see you soon on the Disney Crush podcast. Have a great night, guys. Bye.